Hello Year 9 NAPLAN and welcome to the second part of the mini test, the standard one for 2025. And one of the numeracy problems is usually to understand the number line. Can you see that the number line is evenly spaced? And here we've got 0 and on that side we've got 5, and that will indicate that these intervals in between must be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we come up to 5. We can look at now all the numbers below 0. They must be negative. So we start with -1, -2, -3, and -4. So when you look at the arrow points to a position on the number line 2, -3. And therefore our answer is C, -3. In this question, which statements are equal to 20? And we need to select all correct answers, which means that there may be 1, 2, or 3, or maybe all of them are correct. Let's look at them individually. We see a 2 plus 3 multiplied by 6. And if you look at this table, it'll tell us which operations come first, all the way from brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Now the operations we have is a plus and a times. We look at this and we see that multiplication trumps addition. So therefore we need to do the multiplication first. So if we do the multiplication first, we do 3 times 6. That means we have 2 plus 18, and 2 plus 18 is 20. And that means that this answer is correct. Now let's go to B. Once again, the operation multiplication is going to be first. So we'll circle that. We'll do that first. And we'll get 4 plus 12. And 4 plus 12 is 16, which means that this is not our answer. Now we have 4 plus 8 in brackets. And we see that the brackets are right at the top of our table, which means that they come before multiplication. So we need to do the brackets first, even though there is an addition sign there. All right, so 4 plus 8 is 12. And we multiply that by 2. And therefore we will get 24. That answer is not 20, so this is not a correct answer. And our last problem has 2 operations, subtraction and addition. And if you notice, addition is above subtraction, but it doesn't really matter because they're the same color. It doesn't matter whether you do subtraction first or addition. They are equal level, okay? Okay, so 14 take away 3 is 11. And then we're going to add 9 to it, and that'll make it 20. So this answer is correct, and we can highlight that answer in the top here. Just make sure you highlight both answers. The area of a farm is 56,823 kilometers squared. What is this area to the nearest 1,000 square kilometers? To do this question, we need to know the place value of our digits. So let me bring down the number here. We need to know the place value of each digit. All right, I added the place values here for you, but you will not have this at NAPLAN tests. You need to know this, that the last here we've got ones, 2 represents tens, 8 represents hundreds, and the 6 represents 1,000, and the 5 represents 10,000. Now you want to know the area to the nearest 1,000, which means you want to know the area nearest to that number. Okay, let's for fun put a door in after the 6, and let's pretend we're going to have a look what's behind the door. Behind the door is a number 8. Now, what will happen to 6 if you have a number 8 behind the door? Number 8 it means that we must increase 6 to 7. And all the digits behind the door, 8, 2, and 3, just become 0, 0, 0. And so our answer will be 5, 7, 0, 0, 0. In a group of students, or 150 students, 20% are in Year 9. How many of the students are in Year 9? A, B, C, or D? 20% is another way of writing 20 out of 100. We can cross out the 0 at the numerator and the 0 in the denominator, and we have now 2 out of 10. And we can still cancel this down all the way to 1 over 5. It's something that you need to remember. 20% is a fifth. If you were given 20-cent coins, how many coins would you need to make $1? You would need 5 coins. So 20% is 1 out of 5. So if there are 150 students and we divide them into 5, you will get 30. So 30 students are in Year 9. We must therefore highlight the first part. So Santi bought 6 kilograms of grapes. The grapes were selling for $2.49 per kilogram. Which is the closest to the amount Xanthi paid? $12, $15, $18, or $20? Now remember, we want just the closest. The closest amount means we want an estimate. If on a number line I represent $2 to be here and $3 to be here, okay, then where would my $2.49 be? It would be somewhere halfway. It would be at $2.50. This is to show you where it would be. $2.49 will be somewhere here. So if we want a closest estimate, would we use $2 per kilogram? Would we use $3 per kilogram? Or would we use $2.50? Let's just say that we use $2, okay? So $2 times 6 kilograms will give us $12. And if we use $3 per kilogram, then we would be paying 3 times 6, which would be $18. So there are 2 answers here. We've got $12 and we've got $18. And which is the one that is right? Well, the nearest estimate would be $2.50. So can we multiply 2.5 times 6? Now you could do this in your head, or you could do it as a formal multiplication. Either way, it'll come up to $15. So your best and the closest estimate to this is going to be B, $15. 36 divided by 12 is equal to 12 divided by something. What is this something? Usually in maths, we give it a letter, such as X, for instance. Let's do that. So instead of the box, I've put down that it's X. Now, I write it in another way because some of you are very comfortable with writing that kind of division. Okay, so if I write it like this and I put X over here, so what is therefore 36 divided by 12 is 3. And so now we've just got one number, we've got 12, and we've got divided by X. Now we want to know what the X is. So what we're going to do is we need to move that X so it's not below 12, but it's on its own. So we'll move it to the left-hand side by multiplying it by X here and multiplying that side by x, I remove the x value from the right hand side and I moved it to the left hand side. So now I have 3x is equal to just 12. That still does not give me what is x. So now I'm going to have to do something else. I'm going to now get rid of the 3. If I divide it by 3 on the left hand side, I must divide it by 3 on the right hand side. That will delete my 3's here and leave me just with x. And therefore my x value is equal to 12 divided by 3, which is 4. And now I can write my answer in the box. And that's it, guys, for this session. Watch out for the third mini test.